Hello, my name is Ryan Bain from WebTechGlobal, and this is a video for the CSV to Post plugin on WordPress. This video covers the default project settings screen, which I've added for users who plan to create many projects. People who download affiliate data often create many projects within a single blog. Each of the projects may be auto-blogging at different rates, require slightly different configurations, different templates, and they may be posting to different categories and so on. The initial, a single project can and does allow multiple CSV files, and that includes adding additional CSV files after a project has begun. So if you do receive new CSV files and the configuration of an existing project is suitable for the file and the data within the file, then we can do that, but it's not suitable for everyone. Therefore, we can always create multiple projects in the premium CSV to post, and the projects work independently. However, when we initially create a new project, the project will be initialized with the values that we input onto this screen, the default project settings screen. A lot of the values are simple, a lot of the options are simple. Over here we have WordPress settings, or your standard stuff. Let me be clear that none of these settings affect your core blog, and therefore if you change your ping status or comment status, that selection only applies to posts created by CSV to post. Alright, so any created by the plugin only, and that's the same with everything else. Now, the screen is still relatively new. There's a couple of changes I can already vision. The video again, these videos are being made during development. It is slightly an unusual approach. I keep even telling myself that because I know that there are changes to come very soon. But the idea of creating these videos early is for the launch of this version, to have a lot of positivity around it, and hopefully that's better for the plugin rather than people in week one asking me for help content, which actually takes a long time to produce. So this video will be a little different to what you see when you get using the plugin. My plan over here is not only to enter individual columns and tell the plugin where to find specific data for specific settings, but I want to take some of the sample data that the user has imported and display it in here. I would like that to happen using Ajax. That would be quite neat, but there is a lot of options in this plugin, so it would be a lot of work, and therefore initially it will be done through submission, and we will take it one step at a time. But that's not working at the moment. That doesn't matter. Those things are just little extras and bonuses. What is important is that you understand that these values are used to initialize new projects. It's very handy if you are deleting your initial project many times. You may be new to the plugin and still trying to figure it out. You may be simply testing. If you're a beta tester, for example, you could enter certain settings on here and keep on recreating projects for whatever purpose. So there's various uses, and obviously the idea is to save time. But what's important to understand is that if your CSV file changes in any way, if a new CSV file changes for a new project, then a lot of the configuration on this screen won't apply. So the main thing is column names. If the column names in a CSV file change, then or don't exist, then it won't work. So for example, we have down here we have image URLs, and if I had a second or a third CSV file and I created a new project, then if that CSV file did not have an image URLs column, then this setting's not going to work. I will be doing my best to avoid any sort of error or problem. There will be defaults in place, hard-coded defaults. So even though these are defaults for initializing a new project, we also have other defaults that are hard-coded. Those of you who know PHP and can do a bit of hacking, you may be interested in finding the file where those settings are listed, because they are well listed, and editing them there. There may be defaults within, buried within methods and classes and so on, but my plan is to make them all easy to access. So if I end up doing that and burying them there, I'll be happy to do the work to make them a little easier to access. So if you happen to be a developer and that's the approach you would rather take, then that's fine, because you could also then take the work you've done, that it's an individual file, there is an individual file, an array. I'll just show you. Let's just get this up. Non-developers can ignore this. So here we have settings array. This is just one of the many arrays and various settings. Now there's no defaults in there just now, but you could add them. Alright, so that is another place you could hard code them, and then you could copy obviously this file or parts of the array over to new blobs to make it even quicker. Alright, now I'll just go back and I'm just going to finish with just explaining the difference between column, and if I scroll down we have template. So these are the keywords to be looking at when populating these text fields and text areas, because the column ones require individual columns, as I have here. So I don't actually have a CSV file with my tags, it's just an example. You could have a column named tags, that's absolutely fine. The plugin will still work with it. Yep, that's good. And then basically what we're doing is telling the plugin that the tags column has our suitable tags data, and that would be, in this case, it would be ready-made tags. There are places where in the plugin that offers settings to generate tags from text. You have to keep that in mind, that's separate. When it looks this simple and there isn't any additional options, it's usually referring to data that is ready-made tags. Alright. Now down here we have featured image column again, and again with all of these examples, all of these fields, we're basically telling the plugin which column of data is suitable for that use. Alright. Now down here we have default title template. When you see the word template, and you will see it down here at the WYSIWYG editor, whether it is a text field, a WYSIWYG, or a text area, when you see template, it is referring to the ability to use multiple column replacement tokens, which I've just highlighted. And we can not only use multiple, but we can use our own text. Now, obviously, in the actual post title for WordPress, we cannot use HTML, and therefore in this text area here, in this text field, we would not input any HTML. We could use HTML in the default content template. We can create an advanced template with a lot of HTML script and so on, and that template would apply to as our default template for new projects. But not all templates can do that. The main rule for a template is that it will allow multiple replacement tokens and text, and all of those column replacement tokens will obviously be replaced with your data. And that's it. I think I've covered everything really. I don't know if I scrolled down. I meant to scroll down at the start of the video just to express the amount of settings we have here. Hopefully this whole approach works. Hopefully configuring this first will save people time. There is a lot of settings here. If you look at this, it almost looks like a plugin within itself. I mean, I could actually take this screen and make a small plugin, a small, very simple plugin. If that's the sort of plugin you want, then please try Easy CSV Importer, my other plugin. CSV to Post is becoming more and more advanced. It's becoming, someone referred to it as a data engine some months back, and I've begun adopting that term. And some large businesses use this plugin as well. Whereas Easy CSV Importer is more for not just the beginner, but those who really do have simple project requirements, who are putting simple pages online and don't expect the blog to grow or expand, and therefore normally that's the sort of blog that's just beginning and not business oriented, not expected to grow, etc. A lot of options and functionality in CSV to Post is with growth in mind. So as your blog grows, you want to adapt, you'll want to change posts, improve them, add more information and so on. And maybe even a lot more advanced things like add, analytics and all that. And that's what CSV to post is about. So you've got the two different plugins there, and feel free to try them and contact me regarding both of them. Alright, and that's that. Thank you very much for watching.